Hi, DLL. Photographer here. I want to get away from Dropbox and set up a NAS, but need backup. Thought about replicating my ZFS encrypted with a friend. Any tips for properly baking a NAS without monthly fees? Backing.
Yeah.
Oh, backing up.
So this is something that does exist. You can do it with Synology. The problem with Synology is you're stuck buying their stupid, proprietary, expensive NASs. So you're effectively just paying upfront instead of paying for a monthly subscription for a cloud service. And you get to buy your own drives. It would be way better if you could just build a NAS using commodity hardware and then set up features like that easily, because it has never made sense to me that in present year, it's not the simplest thing ever to just keep the encryption key for yourself, send an encrypted something over the internet tubes, and then have someone else be like, hey, I got you, bro. Can you back up some stuff for me? And then it's just encrypted and they have their own key. I think we've talked about this in the past, how there could be potential liability around what the data is.
So this is not legal advice.
Yeah, I'd probably only want to do something like this with someone that I trust, like a lot of things. But I would like something like this to exist, which is one of the reasons that I invested in a startup NAS software company. It's some former Unraid folks, and I actually got an update from them recently. They're still busy beavering away, and they seemed very apologetic when we chatted last weekend that they hadn't really said anything to us in a long time, and I was like, nope, I'm just about the passivist investor you could possibly imagine. I took very much the same philosophy with the investment that I did with Framework, where I pretty much wrote a check, which is to say that I asked very nicely for Yvonne to write me a check. And then I kissed the money goodbye. And if something comes of it, then great. And if nothing comes of it, then hey, at least I did whatever I possibly could have done to make this thing that I think should exist. So if these guys pull this off, their software will be based on an existing excellent NAS software that is just very obtuse and difficult for moderate to low skill level people to use, and should include an easy version of shared co-backup like that. Even with Synology, I found I found the process of setting it up kind of difficult, but we did do a video about it at some point. I have no idea what that video is called. So that's your best option for now in terms of something that is user-friendly enough that anyone who's asking me for advice about it could possibly hope to follow along. Oh, right, more topics. Account locking devices sucks.
Oh, yeah.
This is amazing, though. Hello, did you leave a printer here this morning, Monday, July 3rd? I got it working and printed this, but I can't use some of the features until you remove it from your HP account. Can you please take a moment to log in and remove the printer from your account? hpsmart.com. Thank you and have a wonderful day. Done 3 days later. Enjoy. This is great and heartwarming. This is from the LTT subreddit.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't
never
be necessary.
Very happy that person actually did follow through and remove it from their account. That's great. Very cool.
But
10 out of 10.
But so many devices, won't work at all with an account lock, so you won't even be able to get into it and figure out what the problem is necessarily, or if they work, and B, just even if they do work a little bit, no one will bother to unlock them, and they will just end up being either complete e-waste or partial e-waste. And I guess what I'm trying to say is I don't understand why. It added cost to this printer for HP to implement the smart hardware to make this possible.
What does it do?
I mean, that's a good question. You know what? Maybe that's part of it. Is I don't learn about printers.
Why would you want
or buy printers anytime other than when I absolutely am forced to.
Yeah.
So, sure. What does it do? Help me
Did you know
out.
the disaster recovery guide, which is like over 200 pages?
Oh, our internal disaster recovery guide.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
documentation for if bad stuff happens.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're probably going to print it like probably around 4 times.
Why?
If the internet is out, we should probably be able to access it.
You mean the whole internet, like
Pretty
mobile
much.
data too?
Sure.
I mean,
It's disasters, man. There's contingencies in there for like if this area is gone.
okay. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, you're not wrong.
We're currently effectively trying to figure out like how many copies do we need. One of the theories
One
is
fine.
one for each server room and then one at each one of our houses. But that
I
might
don't
be a
know.
lot.
I think one's probably okay.
It's probably all
If
right.
it's, you said 200 pages?
It's big.
Yeah.
A lot of it will be blank. Not a whole blank page, but there's like a lot of unused space on some of the pages.
Yeah, I think if we went with one copy, that's probably okay.
Yeah.
Chat's all mad. Not one, more than one. Okay, how about this? One, and we laminate it.
Hey.
Take that, environment. Who needs microplastics
beat
when we
up.
can have macroplastics?
Who wrote it? Sean, also known as Whaler on the forum. New IT guy.
Sick. All right.
It's good.
2 and laminate both. I'm not negotiating with you guys. This is not a
It's like genuinely
Float
not
plane
up
chat,
to chat at all.
It's actually up to him. I'm just giving my opinion.
Which is pretty solid.
Microsoft finally
Will
does
you
it.
feel better having one at your house?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
What if something super bad happened and you had no way to access the
I'll
internet?
walk to work. Let's go. Wouldn't take that long. I mean, realistically, what else am I going to do? My family's all dead.
All right.
Got
I mean, there's
nothing else
also
going on.
like, what if like Google Drive is down or something? Like, there's other ways that you could lose access to it without every form of internet being down. 3, 2, 1 backup. I know. It's fine.
It's up to you. It's up to you.
Okay.
All right.
I made a video on that, like actually almost a decade ago at this point.
Yeah, so that's why he's forgotten.
Oh my God. There are things that I made videos on that long ago that I've definitely forgotten, but that's not one of them.
Yeah, like he's not very good at hiding his porn anymore. That video is so bad.
No, it's great. It's actually so good.
We have made some very questionable content choices over the years.
Oh, it's very questionable, but it's actually a pretty good video.
Yeah. I mean, it's not inaccurate.
No.
I'll give you that.
Yeah.
And it's very funny.
Sounds good to me.